Lisa Greenwood at the Crown Bee, and we're here at Winter's house, and we're sitting on the 1850 log cabin front porch. Most summer evenings you'll find me here nestled in with the book. So much wildlife that I've seen in the evenings come up and around here, and just yesterday there was a big herd of deer and one that looked very reindeer-ish, if you know what I mean. Wonderful home tour that I really enjoy putting together for all of you. Very Victorian inspired, which always melts my heart. This log cabin front porch, whenever I decorate it, and this year it got decorated in a beautiful red tartan, it always melts my heart because I realize the century of people that have been crossing over into the threshold, into the home, and all the celebrations that it's had here within its walls. I would imagine during the 1920s they had quite fun here. The cabin was originally in Indiana. There's a book about it, which is quite interesting, and they disassembled it. It was very near and dear to them because it had been in the family, and they took it apart. They brought it all the way here to Dayton, Ohio. They rebuilt it, and when they rebuilt it, they built it over a speakeasy. Being in the 1920s, drinking was prohibited, so they made their own little special secret place that they could celebrate, and I would imagine during Christmas it was quite a celebration down there. Today we're going to have a home tour, which I love to do, very Victorian inspired, which is one of my favorite themes, and I want to show you guys some of my favorite DIYs that you still have time to do. And I know the season gets very busy and we want to do so many things, and sometimes we run out of speed and altitude and we can't get it all done, but I think these are 100% doable and probably things that you have around the house 100%. I want you guys to know how much you all mean to me. I'm wishing you a beautiful Christmas and a beautiful new year with many blessings for a brand new year here pretty soon. It's one of my favorite times of the year. After Christmas and New Year's come, January is my favorite month. It's quiet. It's a wonderful time to reflect. And I have a special project that we're going to do together that is something that you'll be able to enjoy in January. I love you. Take care and have a very Merry Christmas. This is something that I love to do every Christmas season, and it's not actually for my Christmas decor or to enjoy during Christmas. It's actually to enjoy during January, when all of the Christmas decorations are put away and things get quiet and the snow's covering the ground and there's not much growing, if anything at all. There's nothing better than forcing some bulbs. In this case, we're doing paper whites, which are my favorite for winter. And it's actually, to me, it's kind of magical to, you know, when it's so bleak and cold outside and gray, to have these beautiful bulbs start growing and these gorgeous paper white blooms emerge. Super simple. You're just gonna need two things, actually. In my case, I have three, but you don't have to do that. They will totally grow without it. You need some rocks. In my case, I just went out into the English garden and I got some gravel out of that. I have some bulbs that I ordered online. These are paper whites. You can see that they're already wanting to do their thing. And then I ordered a box of reindeer moss. I love this reindeer moss because I put it all around my plants. Every year I kind of freshen them up. You could go outside and you could harvest your own moss. We live in the woods. There's a ton of it here, but I was just taking a shortcut. It's very muddy out there and I was saving myself a step. So you'll want to find a container that can hold water. That is the key to this. And not a lot of water. They just like a little bit of water that those little roots can seek out. If you put them totally in water, they'll rot. So you don't want to, send them swimming. And so you'll just want to fill up your container with enough rocks that the bulbs can sit on top of them. In this case, I'm using pea gravel. Again, I got it out of my English garden. So there is some, you know, mulch and debris. I'm smelling some lavender right now, which makes me smile. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. And again, any vessel, I went to Goodwill and I bought several little things that I thought I could grow them in. You could use anything out of your cabinet, even a bowl that you have, a little soup bowl. And you're just going to set your paper whites on top. And of course, kind of call out any that look like they may not, you know, they might be totally dead. And you can tell they'll be like almost paper thin. And I just sometimes think about how I want them growing. You want to put them in a circle. And again, I nestle them down in the gravel to kind of give them a little bit of support once they take root. Oops. And you'll want to keep an eye on these. Do not let them dry out. Because again, they need the nutrients. They need the water to grow. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour my water in. And again, I don't want to soak them. I want the water right below the rocks. And every week you're going to want to add more water. And then what's great about this reindeer moss is you can kind of shape it to what you might need. And the moss will help keep the moisture in as well. You guys, I hope you try this. It's so beautiful once they take bloom. It'll be like a little winter treat for you, I promise. And you can see just like little puzzle pieces. I'm just nestling it in. These would also make really wonderful, inexpensive gifts to give. Very heartfelt. And I think any recipient of this would be thrilled to receive this. I'm making a couple that I can take some of my elderly friends and also my mother-in-law. She's in assisted living, and I think this would be wonderful for her to just watch begin to grow. Now, something that might be great too, if you're using this moss, these are thick pieces, I will probably get a bottle of water and spritz these just lightly. Again, you don't want to saturate it to the point that you're making a little bog with the moss. Oh, look how beautiful that is. What a lovely gift this would be to give. Now the moss, I'll come back here in a little bit and I'll water this again, because what will happen is the moss will start absorbing some of that water down in the gravel. I might switch out this little guy, let's see. You can tell the ones that might still be good and the ones that may not. I might switch him too. Also, when you spritz this, it'll make the moss a little bit more cohesive. Basically, it'll make it look like it's one piece. And there it is, guys, your own winter garden that will be blooming beautifully come January. When all of your decorations are down, you'll have this beautiful arrangement to look at. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you try it. If you do, make sure you send me some pictures. I would love to see it. Basically what it is pushing cloves into a citrus. You could use oranges, lemons, you could use grapefruits, whatever you'd like to do, and you just go and you push the clove in. Now, after about a month, these will be totally dehydrated just on their own. And at that point, you could use them as potpourri in a drawer, in a closet, in with your linens. I might put mine in with our towels. And the smell is amazing. And these will last several years. I have some from last year that I got out of our blanket drawer, and they still smell amazing. So once you make them and once they dry out, they're perfect. I will say, to keep them from molding, you do not want to pile them up like I do here. You want to be able to air them out on a piece of paper. I usually put mine by a window and I'll let them dehydrate that way if you're planning on keeping them long term. Now the velvet ribbon I got off Amazon. And I also got these floral pens. They come in all different styles as far as the head on it. I got the pearl because I thought it would be very Christmassy. And you just simply push that through the middle and that will attach your ribbon. You can either cut it here and then wind it around again, or some people just turn and then they'll complete it this way. And you could actually probably pull this out. So you're just using one. Let's see if I can do it without messing it up totally. And then you could make a hanger to hang it. These are really a lovely gift to give. I made a bunch of gift baskets, in every basket. They're really a wonderful gesture of your time and love. And the great thing about these, I made these while I was watching a movie. I just sat and, as I'm watching, I like the paper chains as well that you'll see coming up. But it would be very easy to make a little hanger to hang it by that. You could hang it in the windows, you could hang it in the garland, you could hang these on the Christmas tree, and that's what I've done before. I make these little hangers like that and I just use them as ornaments. So I hope you guys give this a try. If you do make them, I would love to see what you guys make. It always makes my heart full to see your creations. From the Victorian era, who knew how wonderful they could be? Here's another idea for a quick DIY. This could be a gift, it could be part of the gifts packaging. These could be ornaments for your trees. I got these little frames off of Amazon, and I think they came 12 to a pack. They're just resin frames. I am going to distress mine a little bit to make them look a little more old-fashioned, and you'll see that in the time lapse. But I wanted to show you the possibilities of what you could do with the frames. These are just Christmas cards that we've gotten this year, some of them. Look how cute this would be. You could do this in the round one. You could insert that in that. You could cut out Jesus and his mama. That would fit in maybe this one. You could cut the sleigh out and that could go in this one. So the sky's the limit. I also have this beautiful wrapping paper, this Toile de Juillet, that is a lovely kind of sage green that has like horses and ponds and ducks. And I thought this would even be beautiful inside these. You could also print off photos of a loved one that the gift is going to go to, or maybe you just want to put their photos on your tree. You could also, and I'm going to show you in the time lapse, you can also paint your very own winter scene. And I'm going to show you how to do that for one of these so you can see the possibilities. This would be fun if you painted it just to give the gift itself. Would be fun to put on your tree, and then you can give it a beautiful little hanger. This is more of the velvet trim that I got off Amazon, and look how beautiful that would be. To go on your tree every year from memory. You can date the back of it so you know if it's a gift when you received it or who you received it from. And I'm going to show you how to make a very easy winter scene. Hey guys, we're going to paint a really fun little Christmas scene for these frames. And this is an easy little tip. If you have multiple tiny little frames that you're painting, just take that film out and trace the shapes that you need. And that way you're not on a tiny little piece of paper trying to paint your landscape or whatever you're going to be painting to go into your frames. Then you can cut them out. You could do multiple ones. It's one sheet. It just makes it easy. We're going to be using Liquitex mostly. I guess it's all Liquitex, basically. Titanium white, we got 2 shades of green, and turquoise blue and a lighter shade of blue. It's all acrylic, so you're gonna need a little water. And so I always get my brush a little wet. And we're gonna do what is furthest away, our foreground. In this case, it would be the sky. In a landscape, you always wanna paint what's furthest away. So I'm gonna put you guys into time lapse so you're not bored to tears, and we're gonna paint some beautiful winter scenes. Hi, buddy.
Gaze upon the sky, Christmas on my mind, somewhere from a place up high above. There's a song of love traveling afar, seeking us to warm up every heart, to be our light into the night. Bless us with a moment of serenity.